What's up? I hope everyone is doing well today. I got my coffee with me. It is Sunday morning, and as always, thank you for tuning in. This is episode 32, I think it's 32, of this breakfast training talk. As always, if you like it, comment below, share, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with, when these come out. So today I want to talk about programs that have worked for me. So specifically different training programs that I have found to be effective. And what are some common features in those? So in order to have an effective training program, you actually have to get closer to or achieve a certain goal. So a lot of times people do programs and you don't know if they're effective or not because either you don't understand why the program existed in the first place, what's it trying to accomplish. You don't understand maybe how to measure its effectiveness. And in doing so, you can't really decide if a program's effective or not effective based on, your inability to assess it. So whenever we get a program, let's try and understand what it's for. So that's kind of a buyer beware situation at the beginning of any discussion regarding programming. But for me, I've done a bunch of programs, different types, and there seems to be a common theme. And I'll give you a name of a program. One that worked really well for me for my bench press when I first got into bench pressing. That's a weird way to put it. I played college basketball, so when you play basketball, you didn't really care about upper body. And so then you get out of college and you try lifting upper body, and you're not very good at it. And so you actually try to find a program. And one of those programs that seemed to be pretty effective for me was a Smolov program. And it was a Smolov mini cycle program. It was like a 4-week program. And I think it basically did 4 days a week. And one day was like 6s, 8s, 4s, and 3s or something like that. And you just did like 6 sets of the same rep count for the day, but there was very doable weights, and so that was a really effective program for me. West Side, I did a West Side like program. I did it the longest probably. It was a continuous program. I really enjoyed that. That was fun. That was one of the most fun programs from my standpoint. I've done some other ones as well, but it seems like time and time again, the ones that seem to be most effective are ones that do 3 things. 1, something you actually do first and foremost. You enjoy it. Number 2, it controls your fatigue levels. I don't do well with high volume, high intensity, constantly being burnt out kind of programs. It just doesn't do well for me. And I think most people would say the same too. Sometimes you really can do too much. I think the fatigue issue isn't about like the long-term fatigue. Oh, you do a workout and then I'm too gassed and too tired to work out tomorrow. No, you could probably work out tomorrow and you can consistently do that. But the issue comes down to the fatigue levels of any given set is too high. And so it affects each following and subsequent set. And the effectiveness of each set workout actually declines during that workout. So if I have a workout and my first set is really demanding and we have high intensity, short interval stuff, well then my following sets, I'm just trying to endure, get through the workout versus excel and actually perform during the workout. So that seems to be a common theme. If I have a workout that doesn't burn me out, especially early on in the workout of the day, it seems to be more effective. The number 3 would be it's actually stimulating enough, as in heavy enough. You can do these programs where, like those push-up programs, I've done those before, where you try to do like 1 million push-ups in a month or whatever, and just turn, like for some reason, it's just not stimulating enough to be enough load to actually make progress. So you need, in reverse, enough load, manage fatigue, and something you can do. And so for me, that's kind of the cornerstones of a good program. And with that, you can then see why a lot of people fall short maybe in the weight room. It's because they do these programs where they think that they have to do this and that. And first off, they're scatterbrained with their goals. I'm trying to be this and that, maybe this week, that week. There's no patience. Progress takes a lot of time. 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 5 months, a year. That is what progress will be developed over. And then on top of that, they're just crushing themselves because they don't have a goal. You don't have a goal, you don't really know what you're working for, you don't know the purpose of the movements, you're just going to crush yourself. And so those are the cornerstones of programming I liked. Again, like that Smolov one was fun. I did it for a bench press and I did it for a squat as well. And you learn too that certain body parts and areas like your lower body handle working volumes different than your upper body. For me, I can do a lot of upper body volume. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm not very strong, but I could handle lots of upper body volume. I cannot handle much lower body volume, not at all. 6s and 4s, those kind of rep counts, I don't do. Like, it's just there's nothing above it. For me, it crushes me. I don't know why that's the case, and it just seems to be more fatiguing. I get achy, I get exhausted, I get sore. Upper body, I can do 8s and 10s and be just fine. I'll put 225 on the bar, I'll do 5 sets of 10 or whatever, and be kind of fine. If I did 5 sets of 10 at 225 back squatting, I think I'd be more tired, even though I can back squat like 450. I'd be more tired back squatting 5 sets of 10 of 225 than I would be bench pressing 5 sets of 10 of 225, given everything else being equal, time and rest and so on. And maybe it's because of how I develop my fiber typing in my legs, or how I train my power abilities. I don't really train my upper body to be super powerful. I train that more to be a little more muscular from that standpoint, or just try to get stronger, actually, not really muscular. But that's kind of a rant. The point is, you learn about certain things about yourself. So maybe some parts of the program that you learn about you can do for your upper body, but you can't do for your lower, and vice versa. And it's being aware of what works best for you. But again, understanding those key principles, fatigue, intensity, and volume, and so on, are really important, because that's going to allow you to assess and analyze what are those variables that your upper body can't do and can do, and maybe your lower body can and can't do. So in the future here, I'll probably maybe share some actual programs I've done and talk about some of the programs I've written and more programs that seem to work for my athletes and stuff, and just keep these conversations going. I appreciate you all listening. I hope you have your coffee, as you always, and I hope you enjoy. And take care. And if you guys like this, feel free to comment, share, and subscribe. Let's keep this page rolling, man. I appreciate it all. Take care.